Ciao tutti, benvenuti a Sunday Pasta, our very first one on Facebook Live. Today, we're going to be making one of my favorites, which is Penne Al Sugo Di Pomodoro, which was basically a basic tomato sauce. And we're making it today as the first Sunday Pasta Live because it's the basis for so many other sauces that you might make, or pastas that you might make, whether it's on top of ravioli, or manicotti, or in lasagna, vegetarian lasagna. But I have fond memories of growing up and having my grandmother just make a bowl of this with penne. And so simple, it takes about a half an hour or less. We're going to be doing it though in 10 minutes because I think 10 minutes is as long as I want to talk and as long as you want to listen. So that's about the time that it takes to boil pasta, so follow me. First of all, we're using penne rigate, which is ridged penne, which holds the, if you look, the ridges in the pasta hold the tomato sauce better. That's as opposed to penne lisce, which is smooth penne. You could use either one, they're both delicious, but they're different. Second thing I'll say is that this is pasta artigianale from Gragnano, Italy. And Gragnano is a little town south of Naples that is famous for really being the home to dried pasta in Italy. And I visited there last summer. There are about 5 or 6 artisanal pasta makers still there. And they make it all by hand the old-fashioned way. And instead of drying the pasta in an industrial heater in about 2 minutes, they hang it or let it dry in a temperature-controlled room for about 2 days. And the pasta ends up healthier and tastes better. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. So if you can get Italian pasta from Gragnano, that's the way to go. So, like I said, we're going to boil the pasta in a pot of salted water. About a tablespoon of salt is important to put in there. It does 2 things. It adds a little bit of flavor, and it also raises the boiling temperature of the pasta so it cooks faster, better, and more evenly. Don't put oil in. That's a myth, and there's really no reason to put oil in your pasta. So while this is cooking, over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. So the first thing we're going to do is open the can of tomatoes. Although I don't know where the can opener is. Sebastian, where's the can opener? This is funny. Put away. Clean though. So the tomatoes are a 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes, which come from Italy also. San Marzano tomatoes, there's a type of tomato that's grown in the slopes of Mount Vesuvius outside of Naples, and they're rich in flavors of the volcanic soil. So if you can find San Marzano tomatoes that are certified, the real deal, get them. Otherwise, there's a lot of controversy around this because a lot of times they say San Marzano and they're fake. But it's worth splurging on the real deal as well. So we're going to puree them quickly. My grandmother used to use a food mill, which would take about 20 minutes or so and make your bicep really big. So if you're in the mood, use a food mill. It's really great. Other than that, we're going to put it in the blender and just puree it for 1 second. So that's done. So the next thing we got to do is actually take a chopped onion. I chopped 1 onion. It could be a small or medium-sized onion, depending on how much you like. And we're going to saute it in about 1/4 cup of olive oil. 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup, you know, kind of use your preference. I don't measure anymore, so that's about 1/4 cup. You might like a little bit more. You can measure first couple times, 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, and decide how much you like. So as soon as the onion gets golden brown, we're going to add the tomatoes. While that takes about a minute, best smell in the world. I don't have the fan on, so we'll get the smell here. So while that's getting golden, why don't we talk about our wine pairings? Each recipe in the book has got a white pairing and a wine pairing, and they were actually done by a woman named Christy Canterbury, who's a master of wine from the 32 in the United States. We've really simplified them here. We're recommending a Vermentino if you like white wine, and a Sangiovese blend if you like red wine. So both of them are sort of medium bodied. You know, you don't want to go as dark as a Cabernet or something heavy like a Barolo, but Sangiovese blend is kind of a medium-bodied red wine. And then on the white side, the Vermentino, again, it's not too light and it's not too heavy. You can use other wines, but try to go in the medium range to not overpower the tomato sauce, but to combat the acidity a little bit. In the book also, if you see the book or go to the website, you'll see a beautiful photograph done by Fabio Paparelli, a photographer from Rome living in New York City. So get the book or go to the website where the recipe is, sundaypasta.com. And the wine pairing is there, and there's a wine pairing in greater detail on the website as well. But here in the book, we have a couple sentences that basically say, you know, what a quick recommendation is for red or white wine. So the other ingredients in this very, very simple sauce are some basil leaves, olive oil, fresh ground black pepper, salt, and a little Parmigiano for later for garnish. So let's see how our onions are doing. The flame's a little bit too high, so I'm burning them a little bit, but that's okay. I'm trying to be in a hurry here. So normally I'd let these get let's see, some of them are a little burned, but we want to get them all to a golden color, so you get the idea. Medium. In the meantime, get out of the bowl, serve our pasta in. Spoon. So we have a timer on the pasta. What time is it? 2:08. 2:08. So we got about 2 more minutes of the pasta. The instructions on the pasta said 10 minutes to done, 9 minutes to al dente. And so here the onions are way done. I'm going to pour in the sauce, the tomato. What we're going to do is lower it to medium, sort of low. Give it a nice stir. It needs to cook down for about 20 minutes, depending on how thick you like it. You're going to put a teaspoon of salt in. I'm going to put a teaspoon of pepper in. And, you know, if you like a sweet sauce, once in a while my grandmother threw a teaspoon of sugar in. And I don't do it, and I don't know, I think we have enough sugar on our diets these days, but 50 years ago maybe it wasn't so bad. But it'll change the... It'll change the flavor profile and make it a little bit sweeter if you like that. And then you want to put in a few basil leaves. If they're big, you can kind of tear them in half or in pieces. And they're just for flavor, obviously. So, you know, 3 or 4 of them are good. Put this on medium until it gets cooking a little bit more. So this will be done in 20 minutes. And when it's done, it'll be thicker. It'll look like this. I made this earlier today. So let's check on our pasta. I think you can always taste it, of course, but if we're only at 9 minutes, I kind of trust the Italian packages. It's nice and al dente, delicious actually. So let's do it. Where's that serving bowl? Yep. I'm going to use a serving bowl, which frankly is the same serving bowl my grandmother used to use. I don't use it I use it rarely, but I thought it'd be fun to use today. Drain the pasta. Put it into the serving bowl. If you wanted to, I oftentimes just put it back into the pot with the tomato sauce, which I would normally do. But given today we're in a little bit of a hurry, I'm going to mix it together in the bowl. So then we're going to put one ladle of sauce on to coat it. Just so it doesn't stick together. Smells delicious. I think you all should be making this for yourselves tonight. And then what we're going to do is serve it. In Italy, 1 pound of pasta serves 4 or 5 people as a rule, maybe even 5. So keeps it healthy. It's about a good portion. Put a little sauce on. Don't drown it in the sauce. And then a little Parmesan cheese as a garnish. Tell me that doesn't look delicious. I think I will have mine with some red wine. And voila! Ecco qui là. The first Sunday Pasta Live Penne Al Sugo Di Pomodoro from SundayPasta.com. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions, shoot them over to me. And we'll do this again if you all had fun. Saluti.